Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to continue my review on the LEGO Mars mission set MT-101 armored drilling unit. So this set I have begun to review yesterday. So remember yesterday I just reviewed the tank, and like I said, in fact this vehicle is quite like Russian dolls. This means there is vehicles in vehicles, so like a spaceship and like a little motorbike, plus also the alien spaceship that I haven't reviewed yet. So well, let's start with first the human spaceship. So as you can see, it's made with some plates and some more winged shaped plate like this one and this one to really give well some nice shape to the overall design, because if you look at it, it's really look blocky because of the back of the ship, which is mainly made with some bricks and some bricks with pinholes, which will be important later on. Also on this part, notice the use of these two little parts right there, which will be useful later on to link the motorbike to the spaceship. You can also notice the little space right there between this slope brick and this plate right there. This space will be quite useful later on, but of course I will show you how it's useful. Then you can see that it's also used some curved brick right there. Notice these two ones on the side, which will come in handy later on once again. And of course some plates, this type of part, and that's quite all. So first, I guess I'm going to link, yes, first containers maybe. So yes, so Mars mission containers, mostly of course, like you see, transport orange with 5 pinholes on each side, so some stainless brick right there, stainless plates right there, and also notice the technic beam here. So of course, in this container we are supposed to put some stretchers. So here what a Mars mission stretcher looks like, and you have two options. You can either put some crystals in these holes like that, or you can also use this part and these two parts right there to link some aliens. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So remember the little hole in his body. Well, I'm going to put it through, I'm going to put the piece through him like that, and now he is holding well. Excuse me. So I'm going just to put this like that, and then link this part on the system brick with pinholes. The same goes on the other side. And here, what was interesting about this part is that thanks to this part, as you can see, the stretcher cannot be cannot fall, in fact, because in most of the Mars mission set, well, there is absolutely nothing here, and of course when you try to move the spaceship or the vehicle around, it will fall off. Here, thanks to this part on the sides, the stretchers do not fall off, so it's quite useful in terms of design, and it's quite well thought, if you want my opinion about that. Now let's link the cockpit, which is once again a quite original cockpit for the Mars mission sim, because as you can see, the cockpit is made on this part. So you may remember this part as a trap part, kind of, because you can see, for example, this part in some type of temple where the ground fall under the minifig. Well, here this part is not used as a trap, obviously, but as a cockpit. So it's really interesting, and once again a really nice idea. So you see the control panel here with a little seat here. Well, quite simple. Now I'm going to link, well, the glass itself with some slope bricks, stuff like that. Right there. Now I put this part because of course this is two pieces linked together. So I take this piece and I'm attaching it, excuse me, to this plate right there. And thanks to this little blue part on the side, the cockpit will look like that. So we'll have some nice overall shape. And now we are almost done, because I just have to link the wings now, which will be here. So here what the wings look like. So it's quite simple, as you can see, some plates and two parts to attach the wings themselves. Notice the little laser, and I think that's all. So now I'm going to link this part and to the ground wing, of course, which is the same. And well, here we go. The model is finished. The spaceship is done. So of course there is quite a hole in the back, but it's supposed to end to hold. Excuse me. It's supposed to hold yes the motorbike. But first, before showing you the motorbike, I'm just gonna talk about the articulations and gimmicks. Well, you can, like I said, open the cockpit. You can also you got 2 points of rotation thanks to the technique beams. This means you can do stuff like that and well put down the stretcher in this way, which is quite useful. And of course you got the wings, which can be moved like that. These ones can also be moved, but of course they will touch themselves like that, so it doesn't really useful, I can say so. And I think that's also, yes, maybe first just going to do a little comparison size between a minifig and the vehicle, like that. Now I'm going to link, excuse me, the guy in there. So if you want him to hold well in the cockpit, you really have to just link this part here. You really have to put him to the edge of the part, like that, and now he will hold just fine. So let's move on to the motorbike now. So first I'm going to begin with this part, as you can see, which seems quite simple. You just have to notice 2 elements: is the brake with axle hole with the axle in there, and also this part on the back. Notice this part. Well, let's move on to now this technique beam, which look quite simple at first, but then you see these 2 parts right there, which are linked thanks to a wed axle and then some 2 little dark gray parts right there. This means thanks to this attaches, the parts are normally held well. And well, notice here we yes, these parts are holding well. Excuse me. Well, we got this axle hole here, and well, we got an axle right there. So quite easily, I'm going to link this like that. As you can see, now going to link the wheel. Now going to link the second technique beam, which is the same as the one shown just now. Like that. And finally, I'm going to link the glass for the cockpit, which is linked on this part, this type of part, and of course, this part will be linked here. And here we go, the motorcycle is finished. So quite simple, but also really smart in terms of design, because it just used a few parts to make well, a real motorcycle with also a spot to a place to link the minifig in there. So it's quite well made, if you ask me. So if you want a little comparison size, of course, once again, like that, and just have to close it. So of course, except for the cockpit, which can be open or closed, the only other articulation is the fact that the wheel is rolls, in fact, obviously. So nothing more, nothing less, but it's still pretty well done in terms of design. And now the alien spaceship, before I assemble all the parts of the tank. So first we're going to begin with this part. So this part got, as you can see, some articulated elements directly molded into the brake. We're going to have this part on the side. Then I'm going to link a wing, so that's one of the wings used on most of the alien spaceship, as you might recognize. Of course, it's a sticker. There is no printed part in this set, so I will link the wings like that. But the wings itself is not finished because, well, apart from this part on the bottom, I'm going to link first these elements to finish the shape of the wing, as you can see, like that. And now I'm going to link this little part right there in the axle hole of the part, so like this. And well, now I just have to do this second time for the second link, of course, like that. Now I'm going to link this part right there. And now I just have to link one more part, and then it will be all about the cockpit. So this part, as you can see, is once again made with an articulated part here and also on the back. As you can see, some crystals. Going to link this right there. Now I'm going to link the first part of the cockpit, so nothing really to talk about apart from this part, which will be useful to hold the feet of the alien. Like that. Then the upper part of the cockpit, which is made with the same type of some horn, but this time in lime green and some crystals, you can see. And finally, this part on the back, this type of system panel on the back. And well, here we go. The alien spaceship is finished. Like that, and if you want a little comparison size between the two. So of course, in terms of articulation, well, you can put the ship like the other alien, well, like most of the other alien ship, you can alien spaceship, excuse me, you can put it in attack, flight mode and in attack mode, of course, like that. The only problem is that there is nothing to block the wings in the attack mode. As you can see, the wings will go like that on the back of the model. There is nothing to block them, so that's quite a shame, I think, in terms of design. And of course, you got some point of articulation right there, here, and on the cockpit. Just have to put the fix here, and I think that will be all, guys, for this spaceship. So now, before I sum up on this set, let's move on to the tank and how to assemble all the three vehicles in one. So first, just a little comparison size between this guy and the tank. I'm going to put him in. And here we go. So now let's talk about the most interesting part. So well, not first the tank, because first I'm going to link the motorcycle in the spaceship. So like I said, you got these black parts on the sides, and also in the spaceship you got these two white parts. Well, it was simple. I just have to put the motorcycle like that, so like that, and put it here, and here we go. And as you can see, thanks to the part I've just talked about, the motorcycle will not fall off. As you can see, I can try to push it down, but no, there's two parts where it blocks okay. The two parts blocks each other, and this means it cannot fall. Like that. So. And of course, if you want to just put it off, you can just press the front of the rear wheel, and here we go. You can drop the motorcycle, so it works just fine. And well, as you can see now, the ship looks a little more complete than just without anything on its back. And now, well, let's add these two vehicles, which are already linked together to the tank. So remember, I just have to open this part, and then I've got the launch pad right there, which is quite useful. So two parts, two elements to notice. First, this one right there, the black one, and then the plate with the studless plate right here. Two elements which will be really important to attach my spaceship, because, well, first, it's really simple. I'm going to link this, not really, but I'm going to block this light gray part in the black part right there. And then, like I said, notice the little space, the little hole between the light gray part and the plate right there. Well, in this space right there, I'm going to kind of link the part here. So just have to put this down, and as you can see, now it's kind of attached because I can't put the spaceship down or anything. I can just make it slide, of course, thanks to the studless plate. And well, that's all in fact, guys, because now, if you want to launch the spaceship, you just have to put this like that. And well, here we go, you are in the launch position. And of course, you can put this down, close this part, and here you got the tank in its final form. So, excuse me, I'm just gonna, yes, adjust my cam, do a little turn around, and then we're gonna do a little sum up about the set, the complete set, and if it is worth it or not. But trust me, it is. The alien spaceships, excuse me. Yeah, like that. So let's conclude on this set. So first, the minifigs. Well, you got 3 spacemen, which is quite nice, even if they do not really have any, well, they don't have a two-sided printed head, but apart from that, there are really cool minifigs, like you might know by now. Then you got the aliens, of course, which are not pretty well articulated, but still nice. They are okay in terms of details and stuff like that, but well, I think the minifigs and their number is okay. Lego might have added just one alien figures, even if it was just a kind of loose, but it might, I don't know, maybe just one more alien figs, and it would have been cool, but well, just 2 in this set, that's not really a big problem. Now let's move on to the vehicles, which is the most interesting part, of course. Well, the alien spaceship first, I have to admit I'm not really a big fan of this spaceship. Excuse me, some webcam problem. Excuse me. So yeah, this spaceship, I'm not really fond of this one, I have to admit, because, well, I think it's too simple, and it really, it's really lack of charisma, I have to admit. I think, well, it's just like they decided to make an alien spaceship, so of course, they take the wings, they take the 2 modes and stuff like that, but it's not really well designed, it's not really well thought. I don't think it's well, it's okay, it works, but there are better alien spaceship in this sim. For example, the one included in the tank set, in the little tank set, is better than this one in my opinion, because it's more interesting in terms of design here. I found it quite poor in terms of design, or sometimes they really do not really try something interesting. For example, putting crystal on top of there, it's not really cool in terms of design, not really well searched in my opinion. And well, the cockpit also might have been cool, but it's, I don't know, it's maybe too empty, or it's quite weird. It's quite weird in terms of design. So overall, it's cool to have an alien spaceship because it's got a nice size and you can play with it around and stuff like that. But in terms of design and originality, I do not think it's really good. Well, it's okay, it's decent, but nothing really more. I think it's a okay alien spaceship. So quite cool to complete your set, but not really the best of the Alien spaceships released, at least in my opinion. So you might agree or disagree, it's up to you. And then the tank, so first there is the tank itself with no spaceship and stuff like that. So, well, the tank itself is quite okay. The complaints I might have about this set is the fact that the frame, of course, is mostly techniques, and even if the technique parts are well hidden between the cockpit and this part, well, if you look on the side, you will still clearly see the big axle which is useful to link the cockpit and other parts. So that might be a little problem in terms of design. Keeping up with the designs, I have to admit that I am not really a big fan of all the studs part on the front and on the sides. I do not know, I think it lacks of details, in my opinion. It's really, I don't think it's just too, I mean, all of the other parts are all studless and stuff like that. Really, you really have a soft feeling all over the set, and then you've got this studs all over the place. So of course it's Lego, but I do not know. It's quite weird. And well, the lack of detail can also be a problem for the inside of the set, because, like I said, there is quite nothing inside the set. You might have seen that yesterday in the first part of the review, so that's quite a shame. But yes, in terms of designs and stuff like that, it's not really the best set you can find, I think. And so, did I have any other complaints? Yes, the drill right there is quite ridiculous in terms of size. Of course, they put this big part in there, and of course, at the time, the Power Minor Steam was not released, but still, I found it pretty, it just too little, yes. I think it's just, it's too tall, yeah. No, excuse me. Well, it's not okay. Excuse me. Some way a big lack of essential vocabulary right here, guys. So yeah. Then you got also the Thermal launcher right here, which is not original. It's just put here. So yeah, of course you got the launcher, but it's well, you could have done something more original, I think. And apart from that, I have to admit that I really like the way the cockpit is attached. It's really a nice idea to attach it through two technique beams. It's really nice. Plus, the inside of the cockpit is quite detailed in terms of control panel. The only complaint I have with the cockpit, on the other way, is the fact that, like I said yesterday, the behind of the under the cockpit, or behind it, there is holes and some black bricks which comes out of nowhere. But apart from that, it's okay. Then I also have to say that I'm pretty not really impressed, but I have to admit that the wheels, and there are of course two articulations like that, works just fine. Really give you an off-road feeling. So really, the wheels are pretty nice, really big. So you really feel the heavy tank at work. And now let's move on to the human spaceship, excuse me. So of course it's quite blocky in terms of design, but I think that's what give it its original design and original look, and make him really well original from all the other human spaceships released in the Mars mission sim. So I really like this little spaceship. It's maybe not the best, but at least it's really got a unique shape, a unique design, which really make him different from the others. So I have already said that, I know, excuse me, but it's quite well done. But it's really used some interesting and smart techniques, like the use of the trap plate to make a cockpit and stuff like that. I really found that original, I have to admit. It's really nice. And then in terms of smartness, you also got the little motorcycle. So of course it might seem really simple at first, but I have to say that it's just well done with just a few parts and stuff like that. They really succeed into making a little motorbike, a futuristic one, which looks just fine. In fact, there is no big problems, and it works just nice. So my final thoughts of this set are well, it's really a great set. So of course, the Alien spaceship is not maybe the best set. Of course, the tank kind of lack of details, but in terms of playability, it's really great, because you can just make your tank rolls and open this part, put the launch pad like that, launch the spaceship and stuff like that. So it's all over playability is all over the place, and well, even if it's not, even if it doesn't really have any details, you have to remember that it's not really on a tank with some complex in there or stuff like that. No, it's a tank with a launch pad, and that's all. So that's why it's not the inside of the tank isn't really complete or well detailed. I mean, it just serves one goal, and I think it serves it right. I think. Well, you got 3 vehicles in one. They all links pretty well together. It just works. Nothing fall off or stuff like that. So overall, that's really one of the sets that I wanted when I was a kid. I looked through my my Lego magazines and stuff like that. See this old big spaceship which can be divided in multiple little spaceship. I was really fond of all the sub-theme like Ice Planet 2002, Space Police 2, stuff like that. So I was really fond of that, but of course at the time I was a kid, so your parents just buy you the little set and stuff like that. So I never could get a set like that before this set. And even if it's not a spaceship, you really have the old space feelings, the old 3-in-1 feelings, the Russian dolls, stuff like that, stuff that can be divided in multiple parts. And well, that's all matter for me, for at least in this set, and that's why for me this set is really great and maybe one of the greatest Mars mission set I possess. And well, I think that's all, guys. So that was my last Mars mission review, because even if the Steam still got like even if there are still 3 sets released in 2007 and also a full year of Mars mission set in 2008. Personally, I stopped bought sets from this. Don't really ask me why. Just I don't have the money anymore, stuff like that. So that means last Mars mission review. Of course, if I get some more, I will review them. But for now, that was for now, not for now. For now, it was the last Mars mission review. So hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Hope you enjoyed all the Mars mission reviews I made. If you have, of course, any comments on this set, feel free to post or ask questions about this set. I will happily answer them. And that said, see you later for another video review. Bye bye, guys.